It's about to go live. It's streaming.
Hmm.
All right, we are live. We should be live.
All
Yes, sir,
right.
we are. Sweet. What is going on, everybody? It is Wednesday. Hump Day meets Wednesday, 9 p.m. BST, where two dudes get together, shoot the shits on Zoom. Everything, everything masculinity related. Um, all right. Shall we dive into it? Any specific topics that is hot this week or
Um, actually, no, we actually managed to make it a week without ice shooting somebody, right?
so far? Yeah, no, no.
I mean, I shouldn't joke about that, but it's just like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I
Like
know.
2 weekends in a row that someone got killed by ice.
Yeah, yeah. I think there was more stuff, but just not as
I mean, there was injuries and stuff, but people are alive.
yeah. There's a lot of like protests and stuff around too.
Mhm.
Yeah. But it is crazy to think about though, like just how normal it is nowadays. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's the scary part. It's like the same thing with like the shootings for.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Well, that's a hot way to uh start the chat. But
Have you been
I guess
keeping up with any of the stuff though about that Alex Purdy guy?
mm, not so much. I mean, there was a few things I saw. One was like something to do with like his image was like AI generated for the photo or something
Hmm.
to make him look more friendly or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Of course,
then
from the left-wing
um,
media's outlets and stuff, but the right wing are also probably doing stuff.
yeah,
It's
yeah, and then
it's so crazy to see what narrative people are taking on this, depending on what side of the aisle they're on.
yeah, I
Hmm.
just I just still can't believe that like regardless of okay, so it was, I don't remember if we talked about it last time, but like there was like a video supposedly like of him a week before or something like
Yeah,
that,
like he was an
right?
instigator a little bit.
Like he was like kicking the car
Hmm.
and whatever, but like I'm still astonished by the fact that like okay, like and that justifies, you know what I mean, like
No, of course
shooting.
not. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like how
But that
can
is a
anybody in the world.
justification that people are using now. Like,
Exactly, that's
oh,
what I'm saying. Like,
he's not exactly peaceful. And
yeah, and that's a same in a way, like the same parallel they're trying to line up. They're like, oh, because that woman was trying to Renee Good was, like in a car, and it was just like such a funny like
that one's a little more gray, I think.
yeah,
Um,
but like it's still though. I mean, I think in a sense the same in a sense of like it still doesn't justify shooting. One is shooting in the face three, and we gave Renego the first right, the first shot in the
Well, yeah,
through the
so
window.
we
Fine,
gave that ICE agent maybe the first shot was just that's the only shot that
yeah,
could be
maybe,
justified, but the two
mm-hmm.
follow-ups were totally
Yeah,
unnecessary.
yeah, and for Alex, but
And
anyway, it's
yeah,
it's
but
just so,
where
so
Alex is
unfortunate that
like, yeah, none of those were justified. Um,
yeah, it's so crazy to people could even think that could. And I don't care what your politics are. Yeah, I mean, like, but
hmm
to think that is okay, I think that's the dangerous part about politics in a way.
hmm
Where it's like people are just so blinded by like actual level of a judgment. It's just pure emotional response and no like moral
I mean,
compass. You know what I mean? It's weird.
yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what comes out of Minneapolis with the Alex Perry
Yeah.
situation, but I still think they're gonna get off. The ICE
Yeah,
agents aren't gonna,
I think they're still gonna like, dude,
just
like
because.
I don't care what your like political affiliation is, right? You could be the extreme opposite of me. Like I know it sounds funny. Like you could be like the most racist person against like Asian people, and you have like, you know, fucking done some shit to the Asian community. I would still fight for your right to not get shot in the back on the you know what I mean on the
Yeah, of
street. Like
course.
I
Like,
want you to go through the justice fucking system.
mm,
Um, Yeah, I just think, and I understand it's like it could be tough sometimes when it comes to like that kind of heated.
Hmm.
And I mean, the crazy thing is that shit is working when normal civilians like myself, I'm just like randomly I'll be thinking like, well, shit, like, do I need to carry my passport walking around? Like, what will happen? I'm like picturing, I'm like trying to think what I'm
Hmm.
preparing. What would I do if, let's say, for some odd
Yeah.
reason, you know what I mean?
And
And that's what I mean by like it's when it's like getting to you.
mhm.
Yeah, like I was just like randomly thinking, I'm walking around. What
I
would
don't
I
really
do?
think I don't think we
You
need
know?
to worry about it.
I don't think we do, but like I'm just
Hmm.
just preparing myself, right? Like, what would I do if I'm just randomly driving and then some people, some ice just randomly pull up and blocked in front, and have my wife and my dog in the car? What would I do?
I
I'm
mean,
just
based off of
preparing.
what we're seeing, we probably just need to just like
Stay chill. I'll be like,
stay
start
chilled. Yeah.
recording. I'm gonna
Hmm.
stay as chill as I can, but start recording. Just record
Yeah.
everything.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, that's unfortunately the thing that I think about. You know. Um, But so I guess we can start with our weekly check-ins real quick. What are some wins and challenges? I'll share. My win will be we just went to the hospital today to check in on a baby. Baby seemed to be healthy, slightly on the heavier side,
Been,
weight wise. He's building a muscle in there,
hmm.
but totally healthy and fine. And challenges is yeah, I think like having like guests over, like when your like normal flow is disrupted, I
Yeah.
just feel like just odd, like I'm not able to like sustain my focus as much, and I feel like, and I think like it's crazy how much your room kind of affects you, dude. Like when your room is just so messy and like it's kind of crazy. Like yeah,
Hmm.
and I think I just have to force myself to like just go to a cafe and work. But that's been the challenge this week. But what about you, man?
I don't know. Just kickboxing's going pretty well, I guess. Just see improvements there and let's see. Health has all been well, right? Health goals on track. Challenges, just trying to keep myself accountable because I think now that I'm trying to be healthier and I'm getting tired and just hungry, I'm just looking for unhealthy
Yeah, snacks.
unhealthy snacks.
Uh, Yeah, it's always hard. I haven't been eating the healthiest this week, especially when we're talking about traveling and
Hmm.
people. Um, yeah, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Look, I am like so fucking distracted by shit. So the should we review some clips or?
I mean, if you don't have anything that you want to get into,
Yeah, I'm
um,
trying to think of like there was a few things that I was like experiencing. I
hmm.
forgot what they were though that I wanted to talk about. It was, oh yeah, my girl and I we were shopping at the outlet. We took these guests to the outlet, um, and it was interesting because we saw more men are like buying stuff for themselves now,
As opposed to
and
what?
as opposed to like just like the classic like image shopping. You see a bunch of dudes
Sitting on the
outside
couch or something on the
sitting outside
bench.
waiting
Yeah.
and then just carrying all the women's stuff.
Mhm.
It was a little bit more of like men. You can tell like they just got out of like this for themselves and just a couple of things, but like bag for
Was it
themselves.
just like dudes with people or dudes on their own or?
There's is a mixture. Sometimes just single dude like by himself, and
Mhm.
sometimes it's man and woman. And here's the interesting part: there was more people where it's like you can see like the girls carrying her own shit and the guy carrying his own shit. You know, yeah, and it was interesting.
I
Um,
think I think that's a sign of the times, right? Where more and more men are single than they were,
Yeah.
like even a decade ago. They're kind of forced
Yeah.
to do their own shopping, whereas I mean, I remember back when I was in a relationship 10, 15 years ago, like
Yeah.
the girl always try to dress you, right? It's like, oh, you should wear this, you should wear that. And then you just kind
Yeah.
of go along with it, otherwise you're gonna get butthurt or something.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, yes, honey, I'll wear this.
Yeah. Well, let's actually talk about that. Like, what's up with people? This whole idea of okay. Let's start with this. For you, right? Have you personally found that when you have a significant other, you dress better?
I dressed, no, I dress the same, regardless,
Yeah.
because I think I just like to look clean when I go out. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 I would say I dress the same, but like in the same in the sense of like my own. I still like my style. I usually like to dress like very casual, and,
Yeah, I mean,
um,
casual can be clean. I'm not
yeah,
saying
yeah, ca-
I'm nothing if not casual when I go out
casual
dressed
and
out.
clean. But I think sometimes I do. I mean, like I guess like I don't care enough about my like style to
Hmm.
say like if if my wife wants me to dress a certain way, like
Well,
um,
so, as I gotten older, I have pushed back on like, no, I'm not gonna wear that.
yeah.
Then,
Oh, really?
oh
Like, give me an
yeah,
example. Like,
yeah.
what would be something that she said
I
you
mean,
should
like
wear?
back in my last couple, like, oh, you should wear
Yeah.
this. Like, I'm like, no, we're not gonna put that on me.
What was it that
If
that was so?
I don't even know, I just remember, I forget what it was. It's just something I didn't find appealing.
Mm,
And so I'm like, no, I'm not gonna wear it. I mean, I'm not gonna dress like a slob, but I'm not gonna wear something that's gonna make me feel uncomfortable.
yeah, there was definitely like a few things that I was like, nah. But most of the time, like I'm chill with it. And like
Yeah.
she like for example, I noticed like for example, she likes a certain color that not me. I
Hmm.
would I would pick that more.
Oh yeah, always ask for
Uh,
advice, I'd say. But
yeah, yeah.
if they unsolicitedly just like you should wear this, I don't know, scarf or sweater, and then you don't like it, you're like, no, I'm good. We don't need to buy
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
or
yeah,
we should return that. And like,
yeah,
sure, they'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
butthurt for a couple of days, but it's better than you trying to wear that thing and being like upset for every time you put that thing on.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think I mean the ability and the feeling comfortable to say like nah,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like so important.
And like it's not gonna be a fight. It might just be like a conversation. But if you're gonna look, if you're gonna fight over what clothes to wear
Yeah,
within reason, right? Like I'm not wearing shirts to say like offensive things
yeah,
or or showing like my ass crack all the time, like
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
those jeans people wear all the way down to their crotch or something.
Oh yeah.
Um,
She asked you to do that? No
no,
way.
no, no. I'm just saying I'm
Oh
not. I'm
yeah.
just
Oh
saying
okay.
that's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
how I'm dressing. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel reasonably clean when I'm walking out, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like that should be an issue. Just say, no, I don't like it. Or
Yeah.
if I want advice, I'll take advice. Like I
Yeah.
will openly say, hey, what do you think I should wear for this outing? Right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. My only thing recently when it comes to style would be she does not like seeing me wearing glasses. She prefers me without glasses, so I'm like always wearing contacts.
Hmm.
But besides that, I think it's pretty
I don't
like
know.
some yeah for me I'm like well gotta deal with it
I mean, uh, eh,
yeah yeah but okay so that's one thing what's another thing that was kind of interesting to observe. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, my mind is just so fucked up today. Um, why don't we take a look at some of the video? Oh, there was this one. I don't know if you saw. Um, there was this one clip. I think I saw it somewhere. It was like Denzel. It was just Denzel's picture, but it says this quote says nobody checks on a man to see if he's okay. They check to see if he's still useful. Do you find that true
I
in
think
general? Society, not like you and I.
I think that was more true maybe 20 years ago, and it's
Hmm.
probably still true right now, but not as much as it was 20 years ago. but I also think the divide has grown even stronger. Like, the extremes of either
Hmm.
side. hmm Like
Yeah.
we hear the loud extremes on either side be like, why should we care about women or why should we care about men and their
Hmm.
problems?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah. hmm
I would say, yeah. I mean, like, people do care. I think it's just significantly less, right? I mean, we talk about a man versus a woman, right? Like
I
on the
mean,
street, you know.
yeah, and just look at all the, the foundations and help groups and like those help groups that are there for men and women. There's
Yeah.
way more than women than men.
Yeah.
Um, but one could argue it's because men are just bad at forming groups, right? Versus women.
Yeah.
Like what men aren't traditionally good at building community.
Yeah.
Maybe that's one of the reasons why women, like female groups, are much more prevalent than men's groups, but just because
Yeah.
of, men have the inability to create or even maintain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
it's
know.
I think it just doesn't feel, I think for a lot of dudes it just doesn't feel as like natural for them to do that, I guess, you know.
hmm
They're like, oh, like fucking, you know. I mean, I've always been, and that's quote unquote one of the feminine traits, whatever people want to call it. But I've always found like community or some sort of like, I mean, you know, like we both love bonding over like food or just gathering, you know. I've
hmm
always found that to be very important
Right.
across the board, you know. But just, I guess apparently that's not a man thing, you know. Dudes, they're just like, you know.
Uh,
But I think you and I
well,
share
it's funny
that.
because you've heard of the Galentine fad, right? Where girls,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah, like they get together and like say,
yeah,
screw Valentine's. We don't need to get
yeah,
guys.
yeah,
We
yeah,
don't need men or um but me and my friends are doing an alternative dudentines or guyentine, right?
yeah,
Where not like screw women. It's just more like, hey, let's just get together as men and just
yeah.
hang out and catch up. Not as, oh, we hate women. It's not like that kind of a mentality. We just want to like, hey, let's just check up on each other. Let's just use this as an excuse to just
Kick
hang
it.
out, right? And kick
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Regardless if
Wait,
you're
you
single or not.
you were doing that this
Reg
year?
Regardless if you're single or not. So it's just like,
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool, cool.
mhm.
just like
Well,
dudes,
I mean,
just
just like
kicking it.
just guys,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I think that's it. That's important. Yeah, that's good. Um, oh, it's funny. I just realized I've been sending. Sometimes I accidentally send a wrong chat. I accidentally send some Arc Raider stuff to the to the Dark group. That's funny. All right. So let's pick one from you. Let's see here.
Is stupid. It's literally
Oh, turn the volume down a
natural
bit.
selection. It's literally
Or
survival of
maybe
the
start it
fittest.
over.
You're- But honestly, I don't really care anymore. Any man out here using the term male loneliness epidemic unironically is stupid. It's literally natural selection. It's literally survival of the fittest. You're, you're not being chosen because you're not a good choice. It's that simple. It's that simple. If you want women to notice you, to pick you, whatever, adapt the traits of the men they're picking. I've said this before, and it appears I'll have to say it again. And I'll keep saying it until the men are listening, which will probably be never. Y'all aren't listening to the women directly telling you, this is what we want you to do, and we will pick you. That didn't seem to work for you. It didn't fucking connect those two little brain cells that are still floating around your brain. So as always, we gotta go back to the patriarchy, right? We gotta go back to, what do men tell you, other men, is man enough? Because the women you're trying to get telling you, hey, do this. That doesn't really seem to resonate with you. Not unless it's coming from another man, right? So go out there. Look at the men that are being chosen. Save this video. Adopt some of their traits. And then come back and comment and tell me. How'd that go? You still lonely? Real answers only, please. This may sound harsh.
That's interesting. Hey, Siri.
Yeah.
Hey, Siri, continue music in the living room. Excuse me.
I resumed in the living room.
Oh, they're playing music everywhere.
I see.
They're playing music here too. Okay, interesting thought. What are your thoughts around this one?
I think he's part of the problem. And he's one
Yeah.
of the examples of black, like he only sees the world in a black and white. There is no gray for him.
Hmm.
And I also think he's doing a little bit of clout chasing. He's pandering to his audience.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
Because if we look at what the current like dating scene and what men are killing it, it's those, you know, 6 foot tall, like jacked guys that are just treating women like shit, right? Because
mhm.
those are quote unquote chads that are killing it on the dating websites.
Yeah,
And that's what he wants men to take on to be picked.
yeah.
Mhm.
It it doesn't. Okay, okay. First of all, like you can tell, like his whole brand is about rage baiting. You know, like you can tell,
Mhm.
like he's like they keep going like very
Yeah,
extreme. Which I mean, good, smart marketing. It's good for that. But
I don't think
I
he
I don't
has.
think. Yeah. Do you think he's lonely?
I think he might be lonely because he's just so fake, right? So yeah, he might have a lot of followers and
Yeah.
um he performs well
Yeah.
about what to say. Does he really believe in it? I don't know. He might just be a simp, like, you know what, I'm tired of not getting attention, and I'm just gonna say what they want to hear. And interestingly enough, he keeps saying, do what they women literally tell you to
Tell
do.
you. Yeah. Yeah.
And interestingly enough, it's not
He,
just men and women who do this, but
yeah.
if you ask someone to take a survey, like, what do you think of X? What do you think of Y? Um, what they put down on paper is not necessarily what they actually believe. It's because they
Yeah.
have time to think in their head what sounds like a good answer, and I'll jot that down. Versus when they actually comes down to, game time, they're gonna go with instinct, something,
Yeah.
a snap call judgment, whereas they don't
Yeah.
have time to think over things, which is why I think, that is one way surveys are kind of flawed
Mm-hmm.
for certain things, especially when it comes to dating.
Yeah.
Like, mhm.
And I also think like
Like, what do you think on paper? Like, what do you think these people, like these women are writing down on papers? Like, would you rather go out with a man who is, you know, uh, kind, buys you flowers, doesn't do anything wrong, or would you go out with a guy that is a Chad, you know, um, goes goes out to the club every night, talks to, you know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, yeah, and we talked about this multiple times, right? I think in the beginning phase, what attracts the ladies are probably like the chats. I don't give a fuck, like I'm just doing my
Yeah, like
thing.
the drinker,
But
the clubber,
yeah, yeah,
the addict, the alcoholic, whatever. But those,
yeah, and then, but later on, they want they want you to become, like a
Mhm.
more, right? I yeah, the myth, and I mean, you and I are lucky that we're both in, healthy
Well, and
relationships and
then and
stuff. But
then and then he goes on to say what, like it's
just do
like,
exactly what
yeah,
women
and it's
want,
like,
tell you what they want. I'm like, have you met a woman?
I mean, I don't want to straw man
No,
him, but
no.
if I saw him on the street, I'd be like, yeah, he's not. I'm not gonna see him killing it, like, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, hey, we don't know his
yeah, that's why I
orientation. He
said
might
I
be,
don't know. I don't know
yeah,
what his like. I'm not gonna
yeah.
assume anything of him, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, let's do this next clip here. I think this one was a interesting one. All right, let's do this one.
And a quick trigger warning, I will be making broad statements about men as a whole, when in reality I only hate a large handful of the ones I've dated and the ones who run our country. A lot of my friends are men, my dad is a man, and when I say, fuck men, what I'm doing is making a satire remark on my defeatist attitude towards finding a partner, because I hate saying, when I say I hate men, it's easier than saying I picked the wrong ones and I make my own choices. Thank you.
That means a lot. Thank you.
that's a good
Yeah,
one.
I mean, this
I
is
like
well done.
that. I like that one quite a bit.
Yeah. This one is well done. This one is well done. Like, oh, look, like
I'm
you
gonna
got
I'm gonna
this.
remember that. I'm gonna save that. It's like, do you really mean fuck man, or do you just mean that you hate the choices you made in your past?
Yeah. I
I
mean,
really think that's a good quote. That's a good quote to have in your pocket.
yeah. It's I need this disclaimer on my whole Instagram page. That's funny. Yeah, I think there's a lot of ladies out there who are like men supporters. Oh, this one was crazy. Um, I mean, it's kind of, I guess, old news, but it was just surfacing for some reason.
That's not old
Um,
news. That's literally like 2 days ago.
no.
Oh,
This
no,
was
last month. That's like 2 weeks
no, but this
ago.
was the update, but it happened in 2024.
Oh,
Yeah. So she
okay.
got caught in 2024, right? This woman, she was 23 at the time, who was a teacher, and she had like a 3 hour sexy time session with like one of her students, who's 17 years old.
Oh,
Now,
and she's not in jail?
no, she's out, and
Wait a
he's
second.
staying married with her.
How is she not in
So,
jail for sleeping with a minor?
I think she got out. You're gonna have to read through the see here.
We don't have time to read through that,
Yeah, we don't
but
have time for that shit. But all right. So, and this was just the first thought in my head, right, was obviously what would it be if it was a flip, right? Like if it's a male teacher with the
oh,
female
he'd still
student.
be in jail. I know that
Yeah,
much. If you look
that's
up
the first thing.
Annie,
Yeah,
that's
and
my
and
first thought.
and yeah, that's the typical reaction. And then the second thought in my head is like the typical dude thing, right? Where it's like, oh, like it's like there's so many jokes about this. People were like commenting. There's so many like comments in there that were just like, oh, this dude is gonna be have that trophy, have that trophy for the rest of his life, talking about how
Oh my
like,
God. You mean that 17-year-old kid or whatever?
yeah, the 17-year-old kid. Yeah, but like, I mean, I wonder. I mean, obviously nobody knows what he feels. You know what I mean? I mean, when you're 17, you're old
Yeah, when you're
enough to
17-year-old,
fucking.
just hormones and you just
And
wanna
oh yeah, and I mean, and she's an attractive woman. You know what I mean? And it's like, I just wonder like how how he feels and what it would be like if it's a reverse, right? And obviously, it seemed like it was a consensual thing,
Well, I
but
should
still,
hope
he's
so. Yeah.
he's still young.
Yeah.
But same thing, flip the gender. I think people view it very differently. Um,
I mean, you can say that about anything though, about
yeah,
like just society. Like what if a man is paying for the date? Or versus what if the woman is paying for the date? What
yeah, yeah,
if
yeah,
what if the man is older? What if the woman is older? Right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like
Speak,
I mean
dude.
it's just a world of double standards that we have to accept. And
Yeah. Speaking of which, there were a few times I've noticed where my wife and I are out and we're paying, right? Where there's like shopping or food, whatever. I would count. We're traveling. I would say like there were probably a handful of times where I visibly can see that when we're together and like she pulls out her card and she's paying, I get a look from the register. Like
Uh-huh.
not like a stare, but kind of like a quick, like interesting. Like I'm just like, what, am I supposed to fucking feel something? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
sometimes it's like she's
exactly.
buying her own stuff, or but it was really interesting. I don't know if you ever experienced that, but there was a few times like she's just buying her own stuff, or I don't have my card, or I don't have my nothing. I literally sometimes don't have my phone, and just seeing that, and it was just interesting to experience that once in a while. I'm like, really, you're gonna give me a look, like it was like a noticeable like
Yeah.
look,
Eh,
funny look. I don't know if you ever experienced that,
just
but
give them a
it
funny
was
look
interesting.
back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And just like make a joke out of it, like, oh yeah, she's my sugar mommy.
yeah, yeah. I'd be like, that's my card, like,
I would go with
um,
that. I would go with she's my sugar mommy.
yeah, yeah, it's
Just,
funnier. But anyway, going back to this news about the teacher, um, the fact that the husband is still staying married with her,
yeah, that's
why?
I
Why do
would
you think
like
that is?
you know what I think it is? It's just because he might be part of the generation where, or part of the generation and even more so part of the group in that generation where they believe that, there is not much that men can offer in this day and age, and that they will not have anything better. It's kind of fucked up to say because I think there's a lot of that was prevalent just the other way around, maybe 30, 40 years ago,
Mm,
whereas the men would kind of I don't know what to manipulate the woman into believing like, oh, you're stuck with
yeah,
me,
yeah,
you can't do anything better, right?
yeah.
And so maybe now the roles are reversed.
Mm,
I mean, was it wrong? Is it wrong then? Yes. Is it wrong now? Yes. So it doesn't make it right that that's happening, but
yeah,
it's part of that just new wave of women thinking we're gonna do all the things that we did to you that you did to us 30, 40
yeah.
years ago.
The
You
the
know,
payback.
yeah, the payback.
Yeah. Um, my I was even more judgmental when I saw that though. Like I was like,
Well, yeah, like, look, I would love to sit down with a guy and just get in his head and be like, yo, what the
yeah, I'm
fuck?
like, I'm just curious. I'm just like, dude, like, are you into the shit or like,
Maybe he is
or
into it. Maybe, cuckolding is a thing. Maybe he
yeah,
likes
yeah,
it.
yeah, or the other way. And I was like, do you think he's staying married because if they get divorced, he gets fucked either way,
No, no, no,
like,
no. This is clear. I think if this ever goes to a trial, he would. But, what are they going to even get? Teacher
yeah,
salary cut in half?
yeah, yeah,
I
um,
don't think
that,
there's very little men that go out there getting divorced because of they want the money. They get,
yeah,
like, you've seen that study, right? Most divorces are initiated by women.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Because, I still think that, um, divorce is a construct still. I mean, a majority benefits women. Most times it benefits women more than men.
yeah, yeah. And I'm in one, but I know it because
Oh, I
it's
mean,
I think
divorce, not marriage.
yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. If it happens, but usually it's it is that way, yeah. But yeah, that was just interesting when I was like, bro, like how are you like
Yeah, and in
was
no
that you?
world
Yeah,
would that fly with me. It's like,
yeah, because I think it was you and I were talking about this, right? Like about the respect thing, where like if some guy, what was it, like going out or some shit, like going out to meet some guy
Mhm.
alone, something like that.
Oh,
We were
um,
talking about like if some guy, oh, like there's a guy
if
who was clearly into,
like flirting with,
yeah, yeah, flirting
yeah.
with your girl, yeah. Where like I'm just like I don't take that as you know a threat or lack of respect for me. But if it's like that, that's that's a done.
Right.
That, yeah, that's like you would never see or hear from me again. You
Mhm.
have no access to anybody. um, but it's crazy to me that like that guy's still sticking around.
Yeah, I wish there was an interview with something that we could see from him, but I don't know if that'll
Yeah,
ever be.
that would be interesting. Okay, so we saw this one last week, I think. Let's pick one more. I'm actually curious. News.
About what?
Oh, well, we have the obvious biggest news release that
Mhm.
maybe we can talk about. The new release of the files.
I haven't been keeping up with that. Have they finally been released? I know there's like
Yeah,
parts of it released, but heavily
they released
redacted, and
more.
then yeah,
Yeah.
what's covered in this now?
Was not covered in this. So they released like a shit ton more, and then same thing. Like they like accidentally released too much and redacted a bunch. But yeah, some of the stuff that they were doing were just like really fucked up, dude. Like, and there's some people that clearly were a part of it, but were in denial and stuff like that. But a big part of it was it was like millions of pages. But one of the thing where I guess instead of talking about like the crime itself and all that, is that this guy was clearly so deranged, and like the sexual needs and wants is so like fucked up, like completely lost his like sense of like morale and stuff, right? And apparently like he has like this sort of like complex, it's almost like a religious level where he thinks like he thinks other like he thinks like young girls are like subhuman, and
Okay.
this I guess ties into like our whole conversation about like men lust and like the ability to you know the ability to regulate your own right control for lust and stuff. I mean, this guy was just nuts, man. And the fact that there are people around him that are like even remotely want to be a part of this shit. I don't know. I mean, I don't. Some people are like, "Oh, it's a different time zone." I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, there's plenty of creeps now. I still,
I mean, I
like,
guess when you're that rich and you can do anything really, it's hard to
yeah,
find something that, gets your dopamine going. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I mean, well, that's goes back to the thing, right? There are plenty of millionaires and billionaires that are not fucked up, you know. But I think it comes down to somewhere
No,
along
when
the
you're
line.
that rich, those are all like close to billionaires, maybe.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah,
Even
but
maybe even like a half a billionaire. But when
yeah.
you have that much money, like what even gets you excited, right? You could do literally anything you want.
The
Well,
answer,
not
well, I
literally
guess,
anything you want, but
well, I guess the answer for me is that I would know. I've never been that rich,
yeah,
but
exactly.
I
Like
guess
us
going back
peons would
to
never know.
yeah, as peasants. But I think that there should be plenty more multi-million and close to billionaires or even billionaires that are not fucked up. You know, there are plenty of them,
I don't know. It seems like all the big names were on that fucking list.
and some of them are not even that big. You know what I mean? Like some of them are
Mhm.
just But I think going back to the conversation, I think what I'm trying to say is that it comes down to a man's ability to resist like lust, right?
Right, right.
And I mean same with women too. I mean, I think or whatever. Like, I, a lot of them unfortunately were like abducted and blackmailed and stuff for the young
Mm,
girls.
yeah.
But some of them, I mean, like, look, one of the main accomplices is a fucking woman. Like, how can a woman
Mm,
do all this? You know what I mean? Like, and apparently there was like really like graphic details and stuff. Some of these things, like the shit that they
mhm,
were doing, it was all released. One
mm.
one of my one of my favorites though is so funny. Actually pertains to Mr. Musk. Um,
Oh no.
Apparently Epstein emailed uh, Elon and was like, "Hey, there's the UN meeting, whatever, on this date. A lot of uh, people from all over the country, like leaders from all over the country, are gonna be there. You should come here." And apparently Elon responded, "I'm running a multi-billion-dollar company while advancing technology, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Like I'm busy, you know, like this
Oh,
would be unwise use of my time,
so
right?
Elon was
And then
never in the Epstein
yeah.
files, or
No,
no?
no. He was in it, and there's other emails, but this is the funny part. And then Epstein responded, "Do you think I'm retarded? None of the none of the people attending are above 25 years old."
Oh,
So
jeez.
basically, it was like a code, you know, it was like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
code
yeah.
message, and then and then Elon, I actually didn't read the next part, but he was just
Elon's
like,
all
"All right,
like, "Oh,
where the
never
party
mind.
at?"
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I don't
but there
know.
was an email of him asking, like on Christmas Day, apparently, that was like, "Hey, I'm looking to, you know, like when and where is the wildest parties on the
What,
island?"
Elon?
From Elon, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
yeah. It's
Like
just
what I
pretty
s-
bad.
like. Look, I mean, this is what I just say. Like, but goes back to my. I don't know if I ever told you. We were discussed this, but I really think like those hyper successful multi-millionaires, billionaires, they got a couple of screws loose, right?
Yeah,
Because you really have to think on a different wavelength than than the majority of the population to achieve that level of wealth.
yeah. Well, here's a question, all right? Here's just straight up question pertaining to our whole conversation. Let's say if it's like okay, like we're talking about like these multi-billionaire, millionaire, right? These dudes that are like super successful. Like we were thinking like they probably need something crazy, extreme
Hmm.
to satisfy the dopamine. But what about a woman? If it's a multiple, like, yeah, I mean,
I mean, I think both, regardless of gender, I think if you are like this hundreds of millions, 500 millions billionaire, and you actually got that way on your own, not because of a marriage or something, I think they're all just, I think, psychopaths. Like
yeah,
they use their psychopath tendencies for goods. Like I think if they just taken a branch, like a different branch, like in like an alternate universe, they could have been very just as easily be a serial killer.
yeah.
Right? Just the
I
tenacity and their I guess just willpower to get shit done.
Yeah, well, I guess like statistically, unfortunately, maybe not unfortunately, but statistically speaking, there is just more men that are at that level of wealth versus women.
Mm.
And also statistically speaking, there's also more fucked up men that are up there
Hmm.
doing fucked up shit, right? Versus like women.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was just kind of tying into the whole thing. Like, like if let's say if there's like 1,000 billionaires who are men and 1,000 billionaires who are women, right? Like, I would say, unfortunately, probably more likely that more men would do more fucked up shit because it's probably specifically pertain to lust
Hmm.
versus women. And
I
I'm a
don't know.
man.
I don't know about that. I think there was a
You
study
don't think
done.
so?
No, I think there was a study done where I gotta look this up, but men and women are equally as horny. And they were looking at statistics of how, the libido and how horny, I don't know, for an unscientific term, how horny men and women get, and it's about 50-50. And if you
Yeah,
dive into how many like divorces or like cases where cheating has happened, it's also 50-50. The narrative likes to spin that men always cheat more, but women cheat just as much. It's
yeah,
just the attention, the high profile cases like in Hollywood get
yeah.
blasted, right?
But that's very different from high level fucked up crimes like this, though. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm trying. I can't.
Well,
I
I mean, you
literally
say
cannot think
lust.
of
Are you
one that
are
is
you
for.
are you saying what is your definition of lust? I guess we
Like,
gotta.
I'm talking about like at this level of like obviously these are like lust and like lust driven crime. I mean, would you disagree with this? Like it's like lust.
You're
Like
talking
they
about just
need
like
more and more sexual fulfillment. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
okay, yeah, okay. So we're talking about sex. Okay,
Yeah, we're talking about a sexual fulfillment. They need something more and more extreme,
right.
right? That's when these things happen. And what I'm saying is, I'm trying to think of the equivalent for women. Like, what
Are you
would
talking
women
about
do?
if like women get into like like sex trafficking or something like that?
Yeah, like sex trafficking, or like just doing shit like this. Like, what is the equivalent? I mean, because I can't picture a woman
So
being
I
like,
think Now, I don't know. I don't know if this is true or not. All I know is true that both men and women are just as horny as each other and they cheat
Yeah,
as much as
that
each
part I
other.
agree. Yeah, I
But
understand. Yeah,
I think men need to create more of these or not create, like commit more of these sex crimes because sex isn't as easily available to them as women, right?
hmm
Um, but I don't know because these are all millionaires. The sex should be just readily available for these guys, right?
yeah,
Um, that's sad to say, um, but if you go back to like how many people pay for sex, it's going to be overwhelmingly men. I don't think
yeah,
women need have that problem of trying to find a sexual partner, whereas a lot of men do, which is
yeah,
why they go to like escorts and
yeah,
you know, like sex clubs or whatever.
yeah. So yeah, I still can't think of a thing that I mean. And granted, I am very much aware of like Ghislaine Maxwell, whatever. She's like one of the right like the key
Mhm.
characters in this whole fucked up thing. And I'm just trying to think like what would be you know what I mean, like what is the female version of Epstein Island? That would be a good stand up question to ask actually. Like what's a female version? What would it be? Like would it be like a
I
I
don't
mean
know. I mean,
does it
this
sound sexist? But it's just a fucking shopping island, or a bunch of boys, young boys. I don't know, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, I don't
that's
know.
yeah. My point is that like the level of like criminal activity and harmful things that could be done to other people, unfortunately,
Well, yeah, that's going to be a majority.
increases when it's men and men who are not
Yeah.
in control of their lust. That's what I guess that's what I'm trying to say. If it's a woman, in the billionaire bracket, right? Let's say if it is an evil woman, right? Like I don't know, like what would it be? Like a man-hating woman, like an island just killing dudes? Like I don't know, like
I don't
I don't
know.
know what that would be, Yeah, like I mean, I literally can't picture it. Ladies,
Mhm.
let us know in the comments what would you do if you have all the money in the world? What kind of fucked up shit would you be doing? Oh, oh, preach, girl. Oh, we got. Did you guys hear about the man who was detained in Michigan and his child
Oh, we got
brought
comments.
him heart meds but was turned away by ICE? Oh, yeah, that was early. We totally missed these. Preach, girl. Performative
Oh, when we went to the
feminist.
first video, that
Oh, it's
guy that
probably
was
that
talking
guy.
about,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mamba USA 23. Momb. Who is this, by the way? Do you know this
Mhm.
person?
think so. But we'll figure that
Probably
out.
somebody. Yeah. Um, but yeah, that's my question of the day. What is like the if you think about it, like when people think of terrible things out there from done by the rich people,
Yeah, it's mostly men.
mostly men, and at one point or the other, it goes to the very primal thing, which is like sexual stuff, you know,
I think
right?
that's I don't think that's necessarily true. Like, what are those mass shooters doing? They're not thinking about sex.
Oh no, no, no! I'm talking
I
about like
mean,
the wealth, like I'm talking about like super wealthy stuff. Not super wealthy, not like just crime in general, but like super wealthy. Um, a lot of times, unfortunately, it's one way or the other tied to some sort of fucked up, deranged things pertain to sex or trafficking or some sort of form of
I mean,
slavery
I
somewhere.
think you might just be, you know, going off of just recent confirmation bias there. Like, because the
It
two
might
big
be,
stories is just Epstein and P. Diddy, right?
yeah.
Like those are the two big stories the last what, 5 years or so.
The last 5 years, probably. I mean, what would be?
I haven't heard of any other big, granted I don't keep a very close eye on celebrity
Yeah,
news, but
what would be? I don't think. What was? When was? Who was the last big female crime that we saw? Criminal, excuse me. I'm trying to think.
wasn't it
Well,
that
here's
one?
here's a flip question. Maybe fucking
Wasn't it?
women are committing
I
crimes.
don't
Yeah.
know how long ago this was, but I heard this one girl was CEO of some like health company, and she was really good at spinning her device. Like you take a drop of blood and it could immediately detect like a host of different health issues that you could have.
Mm,
And she was a really good saleswoman, but then when the science came down to it, like that product was just defunct. Like she was just selling snake oil. And but
mm,
she raised like I don't know, millions and millions, maybe even billions of dollars from investors, and she just, spent it all.
mm.
Um, I forget the
I,
name of that girl.
I literally type in biggest female crime or most famous female crime, and the second search is hot female criminals.
Oh God. Enjoy that algorithm.
Notorious. Don't worry, it's on a different profile. Notorious female criminal. I'm trying to think, like who. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of like killers, like like they do like fucked up crimes. But I'm trying to think of it like at that level, Lizzie Burden. Recent. Anyway, that would be something to look into, um, for sure.
Hmm.
It's just interesting to see like what's the number and what does it even look like,
Oh, it's overwhelmingly like men
yeah, yeah,
of
it's
like hyper,
overwhelming.
yeah.
Yeah, especially at that level.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's some big names, Bill Gates and some of these people. And of course, from the political perspective, the people who are like the Trumpers, like now they're like, oh, see, this file is real, but only the parts to the Democrats that are involved.
Right, of
The rest
course.
are fake. The rest are
Hmm.
fake. It's like, that's when the politics has become so stupid. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
really?
just pick
Like,
and choose
yeah,
politics.
like
Yeah,
really? Like you're just gonna pick the ones that
the buffet
but the
line.
rest,
It's like I'll
yeah,
take
yeah, yeah,
this. I like that. Like,
yeah,
ooh, I don't want that.
yeah. All right. Well, I guess we can wrap up here
Mhm.
for today. Per usual, thank y'all for tuning in. Just two dudes shooting the shits. Hump Day meets. We would love to hear any specific topics you would like us to discuss or thoughts and feedback on anything that we talked about. We're here to learn and grow. Um, yeah, Andy, you want to take it away and wrap the meat?
Wrap the meat. Yeah, like just gonna echo what Tony said. Thanks for joining us. If you guys have anything, concerning questions or anything, all of the above, drop us a comment, follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And join us next week, Wednesday, 9 o'clock Pacific.
That's right. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and we will talk to you later. Peace.